The news of Birmingham-Southern closing in May, it sent shockwaves across the city of Birmingham. When that bill in the legislature that would have thrown the school a financial lifeline died, so did hopes of the school continuing to operate. I'm glad to be joined now by longtime state senator Rodger Smitherman. Senator, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So first of all, we appreciate you joining us, especially less than 24 hours after that big announcement. But I'm curious, what was your reaction when you found out that your fellow legislators, that they did not approve that bill that would have allowed the school to remain in operation?
Well, I was disappointed, and I was very, very hurt because of what we lost.
Right.
We lost $100 million of economic impact every year. We lost people who had jobs, and we lost a stellar school that had a superb academic reputation. Mm-hmm. And so it was a very disappointing moment, but it was just as disappointing that the treasurer didn't okay it. Right. Because last year we actually passed the bill. Yeah. And what most people don't know, that bill is law now still. Yeah. Although the House wouldn't take up, didn't take up the the changes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But Birmingham Southern jumped through every hoop that they were asked to jump through, and the president he was awesome.
Yeah, President Coleman.
President Coleman.
Certainly heard from many folks who attended Birmingham Southern and what this loss means to them. You've served in the city of Birmingham, state of Alabama, for a long time. What does the loss of Birmingham Southern mean for Birmingham?
Well, one thing, it means that we have lost the economic impact. Mm-hmm. Number two, the businesses that around the school mm-hmm. are going to suffer as well because of the support that the students gave and the support that the workers as well. Also, we got a situation where we're going to have, at this moment, when they leave, we're going to have an area that's be subject to blight, be subject to crime, and subject to people who are going to go on campus and break in and actually try to live. It can become a safety hazard,
right?
And a safety concern.
And that leads me to my next question, because I'm curious, what is next? What do we do with, that's a nice, beautiful campus in the western part of town. What becomes of that campus and the assets that are there?
Well, the first thing is that I'm not totally giving up yet. Okay. I mean, I realized that they had to make an announcement and they had to move forward for where the situation is now. But at the same time, the legislature expressed their intent to help the school from a loan standpoint.
Okay.
That was signed into law by the governor, and it still exists.
Right.
So I'm not completely giving up on still.
So you're not ready to move on just yet, are you?
Not yet, to that point. You
right.
know, I'm ready to try to see if we still can bring that school back to where it was and where it should have been. You know, I don't know what the board is thinking, but that's something that I hope. But if that's not the case, then of course we've got to have some kind of economic development there
for that area.
We got to have it.
Holding out a glimmer of hope. Senator, thanks so much for the time. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Ani?
Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin released a statement after the announcement of the school closure. He says in part, quote, "Word of the decision to close Birmingham-Southern College is disappointing and heartbreaking to all of us who recognize it as a stalwart of our community. I've stood alongside members of our city council to protect this institution and its proud legacy of shaping leaders. It's frustrating that those values were not shared by lawmakers in Montgomery," end quote. We have more coverage on Birmingham-Southern College right now online, including a timeline of the school's struggle with its finances and full statements from Birmingham-Southern and city leaders. Just visit the CBS 42 News app.
Now we have developing news this morning.